The ANC's NEC had to postpone its special sitting on Friday, where the Section 89 panel report on President Cyril Ramaphosa's Phala farm saga was set to be discussed. The sitting failed due to Ramaphosa's absence, and the NEC felt it needed to review the report itself and consult with the president directly in order to forge a way forward. Since the release of the report, Ramaphosa has only spoken through his spokesperson, Vincent Magwenya, that he was consulting various people and looking at his options. What do we make of the president's lack of direct communication at this time? Well, we're joined by ANC veteran and political commentator, Omry Makgoale, to give us his perspective. A very good morning to you, sir, and thank you very much for availing yourself this morning. We are seeing some reports emerge that the president will take, or will allegedly, apparently take this report on review and fight or give a political fight. What is it that you are hearing?
Yes, it's the same thing I'm hearing, that he's considering to take it on political review, and mainly because they feel that the report, that has been presented has not really got concrete evidence from the various people. It's more like hearsay, according to their assessment. So they think that it should be reviewed, and then the president himself will have to decide whether any of the things that are mentioned in the report concretely, does he know about them? Did really they go according to the report? Because at the moment they feel that too many insinuations in the report and nothing concrete from the real sources has been there, and so they feel that he should take it on review. That's why his advisors and people around him, they feel that he must take it on review rather than to just resign.
Who are his advisors and people around him?
Look, I don't know the names of his advisors personally, but it may be safe to think that the minister in the presidency and Comrade Gotmantashe and those people that have been working with him in the past, and the various comrades from his background of National Union of Mine Workers, those who were with him there, like Franz Baleni and the others, I think they would have advised him. And of course, I've noticed that even the investigator, Paul O'Sullivan, will have sent a message about what he thinks of this report, that it's a frame-up that was planned a long time ago. And maybe that exposes that the president has not been very careful with his security.
As an elder of the party, is it a missed opportunity on the part of the president of the party that he did not consult with some of the elders, the likes of yourselves? And if he had consulted with you, what would your advice have been?
Look, we don't really, because we don't work with him inside the office, of the president. But my own view is that when he took office, 5 years ago, one of the things he should have done after Sidney Mufumadi's report, he should have cleaned the security around himself, replaced those people who were saving the former President Zuma around himself, and appoint people who have integrity around himself, because what you don't want people who are close to you in terms of security being loyal to some other people or some office bearers before. I think it's a risk he should not have taken. That would have been my advice to him, but it's too late for that now. It has already been done, and I think that was a missed opportunity for him. He should have cleaned the security around himself at that time. But at the moment, the key issue is there is something wrong that happened at Phala. As to whether he's responsible or not, that's the matter that should be maybe investigated, because according to him, he's got a manager at the farm, people who are supposed to do all these things. So he's not directly involved in running the farm at the moment. So those are the facts and things that should be established. And until we establish that, we will not know exactly where he faltered at the moment, with regard especially to the dollars that were found in his mattress, But according to Paul O'Sullivan, he thinks that that's a frame-up, And maybe as an investigator, maybe he knows more than some of us know.
Fair enough, but some of the things that are apparently hearsay, the president had an opportunity to reply to some of the questions that were posed to him by the panel. You speak of the money that was stashed in the couch. He gave an account that a certain Mr. Ndlovu, I believe, did not believe that that kind of money would be safe in a safe. And so he felt it better to put that money elsewhere on the property in a cushion. So he answered some of the questions. He provided some of the detail. That at least is not hearsay.
Yes, I agree with you. And I think that that was a serious error of judgment on his side not to instruct that the money should be taken to the bank. What he should have done, he should have instructed that the money should be taken to the bank rather than the money be kept somewhere in the property and, without being sure where it's going to be kept. So I think that was an error of judgment from his side, and maybe very unfortunate in that. But I'm disappointed with that, of course, because I expect him as a lawyer by profession. He should have known better on this issue.
Well, now the report is out. Now the party is more deeply divided. Now South Africans are on edge. Some South Africans are on edge. This is, for some people, anxiety-inducing. And so what should he do? What is the... Yeah, it's always tricky with the right thing, hey, because what is right? But what should he do?
I think the important thing for him as a state president at the moment, more as a state president than as an ANC president, he must take care, he must think of the interest of the country. The interest of the country must be foremost, must be the first thing that he considers. So he must do what he thinks is best in the interest of the country. And depending on who advises him about what is in the best interest of the country, he would do that. And then in terms of the divisions like this have been there since, way back from Polokwane. The divisions has been there. It's a question of the percentages, the ratios that has been fluctuating between 60-40 or 55-45, 45. It's the ratio that has been fluctuating. But the divisions have been there. And, of course, 2017 also, as we know, it was a unity slate and so on coined by D.T. Mabuza. The divisions were there. So the divisions are not new in terms of the ANC. But in terms of the country, of course, it's not good for the country when you have a president that, did not take money to the bank and he left it, whatever, in his area without taking it to the bank. That's not good for the country. Because what we want from the president, we want the president that leads by example. And one of the things in leading by example is he must be a loyal taxpayer. And so it means that if he earns any income from anywhere, it must be taken to the bank so that SARS and other institutions of South African state can do their due diligence. So in terms of leaving the money there, it was not a good thing at all. And we, as citizens, we would have wished that he doesn't do such things.
Dr. Omry, thank you very much for availing yourself this afternoon. Dr. Omry Makgoale is an ANC veteran and political commentator.